Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Kari and today I am doing a library haul. Since moving to Minnesota, I have happily discovered that the library here is a 5 minutes walk away from where I work. And since everything is connected by skyways in Rochester, at least downtown, it means that I can go to the library without going out in this below zero weather, which is lovely because below zero weather, even for me, is not something that I would willingly spend a lot of time in. I do still enjoy going out and walking around though. Anyway, I went a couple of times over the past couple of weeks to the library because I just wanted to look. I needed to get my library card, and then I saw a series there that I have been wanting to read for probably about over a decade. I decided that I was going to get all of them, and turns out I now have 6 books from the library that I am going to read at some point in the next month. The first one I got out of the library is The Confessions of Nero by Margaret George. This is a historical fiction about Nero. It starts when he's really young. I think he's maybe 7 or 8 at the beginning, and then it's only 500 pages, so I assume it goes at least through part of the beginning of his reign, because he was made emperor at the age of 16. In the author's note at the end of the book, which I glimpsed at, she said she wanted to rescue him from the notoriety that history has given him. I find that a very interesting way to look at Nero, because whether he fiddled while Rome burned or not, Rome still burned and he found a way to blame the Christians for it. It's interesting, and he's a fascinating person, albeit horrible, so I'm incredibly curious to see where this goes. I am about 100 pages into it right now, and like most of her books, her writing is amazing, her research is incredibly in-depth, and she takes a very different look at historical figures than maybe I would take or than history takes, as with this one. Next is one that I basically just want to read to get it over with. It is the end of a series, and not a series I especially enjoy. That is Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. This brick of a book clocks in at about 880 pages, and I already called it. She did actually properly do something in this book, and then found a way to sort of halfway improperly do it, which is weird, but I just want to finish the trilogy because I don't like leaving things unfinished unless the series is absolutely horrible. Cassandra Clare's writing itself is good, but her plots are cookie cutter to me, and I've done that with Kari-ng. I don't want to repeat it. So after I finish this trilogy, I will not be continuing with any of her other works, which is unfortunate because she does have other books coming out, but at least I know. And then we have a series that I basically haven't heard anything about, actually, but I kept seeing it when I was in high school and thought, you know, that looks fun, that looks interesting, and I just never read it, predominantly because they never had the first book at Barnes & Noble, and they didn't have it at my library in Colorado because my library in Colorado is very, very small. It's great if there is no other way to get the books, but it is a small library because it is a small town. And that is the Finishing School series by Gail Carriger. The first one is Etiquette and Espionage. The second one, without dropping them, is Curtsies and Conspiracies. The third one is Waistcoats and Weaponry, and the fourth one is Manners and Mutiny. They're fairly short books. Each of them looks to be about 300 pages at most, and basically this girl goes to a finishing school because her uncle or something, let's find out. She is a great trial to her poor mother, apparently, so they send her to a finishing academy. But it turns out that the Finishing Academy is not what a typical mother in what seems to be 1800s would expect. They don't learn necessarily only how to curtsy and which fork to eat with and how to do their hair. Instead, they learn all of that and how to kill people. It sounds fun, and I mean, I'm always down for a good assassin school. Those are the 6 books I have out from the library. Having a library that close to work could definitely be dangerous, especially because the limit on things I can take out is about 200 at a time, and I can't read 200 books in a month. because that's a lot, even for me. I couldn't read 200 in a year. But outside of that, I'm very happy about the library here. It's fantastic, and I'm excited about these books. I will let you know how they are when I finish them. But until my next video, bye.